What's up? It's your boy, DC Too Cool, back again for yet another video. And today we're about to talk about the top 5 things Dragonball Xenoverse 2 needs to fix / add. And let's go ahead and get right into it with number 5. Customization. The customization, and when I'm talking about customization, I'm talking about everything to customize. Clothing, the characters, you know what I mean? The movesets, all that. So the movesets in the game are pretty cool. It has some original moves in the game, which are pretty cool. You know, they have obviously everybody else's moves that actually are in the game, except for a few that have been missing, which I thought was pretty crazy. Like Father Son Kamehameha is not there. Some people might make their stupid ass argument that, well, it's because it's Goku and Gohan's his son. Who gives a fuck, bruh? Come on now. Cut that out. And like the dragon, not the dragon fist. I forget what the name of the technique is that Goku does. That punch that he does, that Superman sucker punch that he does, that flattens your jaw. God, I can't remember the name of that technique. That punch is not available in the customization either. That move is not available for any custom characters, which I think is some bullshit. If you want to be able to get characters' moves, it needs to be every single move, not just majority or 90% or whatever. Like, no, all the moves. And when it comes to character development, obviously it's pretty good for a start. This is probably the best character creator ever in a Dragon Ball game, but we still need more. We still need better. Especially when it comes to the characters themselves, because you only have like 5, 10 options of voices to choose from male or female, but the voices only voice their their interactions, like their their grunts, or when they actually have to call an attack out, like Kamehameha or something like that. That's the only time you hear their voices. There's not one speaking line in the story for these characters, which is absolutely ridiculous in a 2016 video game. And let's go ahead and get into that. The story will be next, but for right now, I'm going to finish up customization. Let's talk about the costumes. The costumes, there's too many times I've seen people walking around looking like a bunch of fuckboys. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you wearing? And they're like, oh man, it's got good stats though. I'm like, what? So, no. I should not look like a 10-year-old kid, because this little punk ass young t-shirt or these skinny jeans or whatever happen to have good stats on them. That's stupid, man. The only thing I can understand having stats on that makes sense is like the Saiyan armor or something like that, or you got a weapon, maybe a 2-point stat boost for attacks if you actually can pull the weapon. So I don't know, but just having a pair of pants and a shirt, or some gloves, that's ridiculous. I think you should just give her the stats on clothes altogether, and also they should let you be able to overlap the clothes. So let's say you won't have a long red shirt or something that you want to have a blue shirt on top of that, or a black shirt. You should be able to overlap that shirt on top of that one. You know what I mean? So you can have more unique, customized characters. I think that'd be a cool thing. So customization is a great start, but they definitely need to do more. Move on to story. Story mode, in Xenoverse 1 was pretty good. It was pretty solid, for original story, something fresh, something new. But it has some spots there, they could definitely come in better, come in tighter. I think it'd be great to add co-op within the storyline, especially on missions where you're playing, 4 vs 1 or 5 vs 1, whatever, anywhere, such as when you're on Namek fighting Frieza, when it's like, Vegeta, Krillin, Piccolo, Gohan, then your custom character. I think it'd been pretty cool if they actually just let you go ahead, like your friends can actually just play as the other characters who already took place in that battle, or if they did it along the lines of Destiny, where you have a created character, your custom character, and your friend's a custom character, and your friend's friend, 3 or 4 of y'all, but the storyline plays out the same way it would have, except like in Destiny, where you see your character and you don't see anybody else's character, although you're all in the same game experiencing the same thing. If you get what I'm saying, I think that'd be a pretty cool touch. You could do it that way. That way everybody gets the same experience, except it still looks individual. Same way as Uncharted 2 storyline in the co-op. Everybody had the same experience. but it was one fluid cutscene. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Moving on to number 3, we're gonna talk about the graphics. Now the graphics look pretty good and everything. The game, looks pretty nice. A lot of detail in the world. However, I think it would have been, could have been a lot better. Look a little bit better. Especially considering the fact that the game was on last gen and everything. I know these graphics could be better than what they are. I mean, they look good and all, but they can look great. They can look exceptional. We on current gen, PS4, Xbox One, PC only now. These graphics need to be looking next level, top notch. You need to feel like you're playing the anime. And with the new renders or whatever, in the Xenoverse 2 trailer, with Trunks and Bardock and Frieza, those look amazing. Like, those look great. If the actual gameplay or the actual core game could like those, which I'm assuming are cutscenes, I'd be perfect. I wouldn't have no complaints. Those look on the money, and I want the cutscenes to be looking better than the gameplay. That'd be ridiculous. I'd be upset by that. Everything needs to stay in engine, so it doesn't take you out of the experience. So I'm hoping by the finished product we can all have those core. I'm sure the graphics will be updated, and look better than Xenoverse 1. I'm sure of that. But I'm saying is I want them to make it look like on point. Like it shouldn't be no people complaining about graphics this late in the game. With these systems, this power, graphics should look perfect on detail. Naruto looks better than Xenoverse 1 in my opinion. Storm 4, the particle effects and everything in that game are ridiculous. There's no reason, that game could look that fluid, have every little detail to the anime. And Dragon Ball Z, the founder of, action anime, the Shonen Jump grandfather, the be-all end-all for many anime fans, or the one that started the movement. No reason this game, with the budgets they have, should not be, insanely detailed, insanely great. You get my point. Moving on to number 2, the actual world, the hub of Xenoverse. The world of Xenoverse, at least the first one, it was pretty much dead. It wasn't really much going on outside of when you went online with real players and everything. There was no NPCs walking around really that you could, fan off the street from or, interact with or anything like it. It needs to be some type of interaction between the segments and everything. You feel so disjointed because you go into the mission, you come back to the world, and you go back to the mission. There's a lot of back and forth, cat and mouse. And you gotta go so far just to get to your mission. It needs to be able to. They need to be able to make it a smooth transition, like you go from mission to mission to mission, like a continuous play of some sort, or something that you go back to the whole world that makes sense to go back for. Something that you need to do outside of just going, popping, getting your pills and everything, your sensu essence and everything. That stuff is cool too. That's all in one area though. You gotta go through these time portals that take 15, 20 seconds to load between. It's so disjointed. It makes you, take you out of the experience. And you have a smoother one-to-one, you know what I'm saying? Like smoother one-to-one, transition pretty much. Like it needs to be, you go in there for a reason, or you come back to the world for a reason other than just walking around, running around, trying to find your masters. That's ridiculous too. All this random finding your masters and they pop up when they pop up. There needs to be something you should do to be able to unlock the master you want, or to, or a certain area they hang out in or something like that. There needs to be reasons why these people are in certain places. It needs to be, it needs to be more user friendly for one. It should not just be all over the place. It should not just be as random as it is. And the world needs to be feel more alive. Things going on. Like again, I'll reference Naruto. When they recreated their city, like in the first Naruto Storm 1, that was beautiful. That was a great thing they had going on. Even if you couldn't really directly interact with people, the way people walking across the street and and standing outside of business shops and everything and stuff, it was great. And I would love to see something like that, with Xenoverse 2. Hopefully they get it right. We'll know for sure, when it comes out and everything. But that brings me to my final point, which in this case will be the gameplay itself. The gameplay in the first Xenoverse was it's pretty solid. It's a solid foundation. I've played a lot worse. Ultimate Tenkaichi, anyone. But ultimately, the gameplay compared to some of the deeper and more immersive games in the series, such as Tenkaichi, or especially the 2D fighters in Budokai, which is made by the same developer here, Dimps. This gameplay is a joke compared to those games. Budokai had deep, immersive gameplay. Those hits felt critical. You felt the blow of each attack. Burst Limit is the same way. Again, made by Dimps. So they need to incorporate that into this world. Like, they need to be able to get the gameplay on point. Too many times attacks will just blatantly miss your opponent, although you're locked onto them. And some of the issues with the gameplay, is a big, disappointment, to a lot of people. Even people like me who love the series, who love the game and everything, but I can admit that the gameplay needs to be stepped up to the next level. That includes flying mechanics and everything. This is the first 3D game ever, so I was expecting flying to be a little wonky. Works for the most part for what they did, but it can be a little smoother. Attacks and everything, some balancing issues, especially when you face online opponents. The created characters in the game have a big advantage over the regular characters in the game, the regular cast. It's not just attacks, it's just because the balancing issues. So the game definitely needs to be stepped up on the gameplay level. That's the number one thing people come to this game for Dragon Ball Z 4. So the gameplay needs to be taken up exponentially. But overall the game's pretty good. That's my top 5. Tell me what you guys think. That's it for me. Until next time, catch you guys later. Peace out.